The man serving time in prison for the green ooze pollution in Madison Heights has been approved for early release from federal lockup because of COVID-19 concerns. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell was the first to report this news, and she joins us now live from the site of his crime. And Kim, what have you learned?
Glenda, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Detroit tells me it received word this week that Gary Sayers has been approved for release from federal prison to home confinement due to concerns about COVID-19. In the meantime, here at his business in Madison Heights, work continues to clean up his mess. This was the scene in December. Green ooze seeped onto I-696 at Cousins Avenue in Madison Heights. It drove home the environmental disaster that Gary Sayers was convicted of creating by illegally storing and dumping hazardous waste at his business, Electro Plating Services. We still don't know how many millions it will cost taxpayers to clean up chemicals such as poisonous hexavalent chromium. Sayers turned himself in January to serve a 1-year and 1-day sentence in federal prison. Then COVID-19 hit.
As I prepared for this week's message, there were more than 2,060 inmates with current confirmed positive lab results for COVID-19.
In this video posted on YouTube this week, the Federal Bureau of Prisons director announces they've placed more than 2,000 prisoners on home confinement since March 26.
That's an increase of nearly 70% in 6 short weeks.
It's in accordance with this memo sent out by U.S. Attorney General William Barr in response to the COVID-19 crisis. The Bureau of Prisons now says the agency will prioritize the release of those at risk who have 18 months or less left and who have served at least 25% of their time. Gary Sayers meets those qualifications.
We're doing our best to contain what we can.
At the site today, on-site coordinator Tricia Edwards and 2 other Environmental Protection Agency workers worked to stop the flow of contaminated groundwater. Engineers fortunately gathered data before the pandemic hit the area and are working remotely. They have a trench set up to contain contaminants. If you drove by recently, you might have noticed the container on I-696 was moved this week. With the warmer weather, they're able to pump the waste to a safer spot off the interstate.
We decontaminated it and shipped it off site yesterday. But now the pump actually pumps up through a hose to the interceptor trench for collection at the top of the hill.
The EPA says the work since December out here has cost about $1.5 million. It's not clear how much it's going to cost to take care of all of this. In the meantime, the Bureau of Prisons is not commenting on the release of Sayers, saying it doesn't comment on any compassionate release until it happens, and it's not saying when he could be released. What we do know is that we've received word from the U.S. Attorney's Office that it was approved, and they received word this week, and that the Bureau of Prisons has been holding people in confinement for 14 days before releasing them to prevent the spread of COVID-19 from prisons to communities. Reporting live in Madison Heights, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
All right, Kim, thank you.